find a matchup in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's Texas Southern hosting Jackson State. Texas Southern has won 4 of the last 5 SWAC championships. This year, they're making their case to do even more. They've got wins covering 3 of the Power 5 conferences, all of them coming on the road. We start at Baylor, November 6th, a 3-point win over the Bears. Then on the road, Bowling Company, they take down Oregon. They're not done yet. They go to Texas A&M and get a win. Now I welcome in my partner, John Thompson III, who's standing by with the Tigers head coach, Johnny Jones.
Coach Jones, obviously it's a big game, but today as a nation we're celebrating Dr. King. Did you and your team do anything special?
Absolutely. Had an opportunity to share with our guys prior to our pregame practice today and just talking about the significance and the impact that he was able to make. Talked about just him being the voice for people who didn't really speak up for themselves, and he was one who really stood for people who really was afraid or couldn't really stand on their own, but certainly had made a huge impact. And wanted to let these guys know that he was one of those guys that gave the ultimate sacrifice because of the fact that he put himself in a position that other people would have an opportunity to live life free and have an opportunity to have a whole lot of opportunities to reach a lot of different goals.
Absolutely, Coach. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Coach Johnny Jones, his first year at Texas Southern, he lit up today when we asked him about him talking to his team about Dr. King, and we are ready for hoops here in Houston. Both of these teams coming off tough losses. Jackson State let one slip away against Prairie View A&M. Texas Southern lost on a buzzer beater to Grambling State, so an important game for both of these teams looking to get back on track in conference play. Texas Southern 2-2 in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Nice layup inside. That's Chris Howell starting things off for Jackson State. It's a battle of the Tigers today. Both teams Tigers by name. Texas Southern going inside to Eden Ewing. The right hand misses. See a couple clashing styles today, won't we? JT3, or a team that's going to want to push the ball a little bit, and another one looking to control the tempo.
Without a doubt, you have the Jackson State team that's going to do what they're doing now. They're going to be extremely disciplined, extremely patient, work the ball around until they get a very good shot. And at the other end, Texas Southern, they're also looking for good shots, but much sooner in the shot clock. They want to push the pace. One team wants to play in the 80s, the other team wants to play in the 60s.
Take a look at Wayne Brent, 6th year for him, and asked him what one of the keys was, and he said, look, we got to be good defensively. We have to control the tempo. We can't beat them to 80. Like you said, they want to be down in the 60s. That's where they're going to win their basketball games. First foul of the game on Justin Johnson of Jackson State. Eden Ewing, nice spin move inside.
Big fella. They're going to go to him early. They're going to go to him often, and see if in talking with Coach Brent, he was saying, what do we do? Are we going to double him, and then open up shooters like Jones? And so they got to make a decision because they know if they just isolate Ewing one-on-one, there's going to be a lot of opportunities, just like we just saw.
Chris Howell again too strong. There's Ewing. He stepped up. Last couple games, 10 points in both of them. There's the coach's son, John Jones, the sophomore, knocks down the triple.
And that's the counter. Jones, coach's son, all coaches' sons can shoot, you know that, right? But if they start focusing on the interior, Jones has been shooting extremely well, extremely confidently.
Last 5 games, 41% from deep, 12 points per game. No good inside. Devakio Butler rebounds. Here comes Jones. Deep 3 contested off the mark. Butler tries to keep it alive. Rebound Jackson State.
Now they want to get quick shots, but I think, I don't think Coach wants Patterson taking that shot off balance. His feet weren't set. He's been in a little bit of a funk. They really need him to get out of.
John Jones takes it away. Here comes Texas Southern quickly. Butler inside to Ewing. Tries to go backdoor as it tipped out of bounds. Eden Ewing mentioned he's been stepping up to double-double against Grambling. 10 points, 13 rebounds. Just 7 games for Texas Southern. They are the last 7.
Played, like you said, the Purdue transfer has just played the last 7 games, but he's been extremely effective during that time period. And it also, his stepping into play, his production has made the loss of Trayvon Reed a little easier to stomach.
Reed, the 7'2" center, out the last 3 games. They don't expect that to be long-term, but still hurts. There's Jalen Patterson. You mentioned him. See if he can get going early on.
Yeah, you know, that one, same spot, he banged the one that I said was a bad shot earlier. But you see right there, Jackson State did what Jackson State does. And what I mean by that, a Texas Southern team that wants to play fast ends up taking a contested shot at the buzzer. That shot went in, but I think Jackson State will live with that all night.
Wild pass right now. Jackson State's offense struggling. 7-0 run, make it 10-0. Jones with another big shot, 10-2. Start for Texas Southern. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
And you see that the outside game is working. Texas Southern, we talk about their perimeter players. Deep 3, and then the coach's shunt hits his second one.
Hey Casey, it's nice to see you today.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Mazda, Feel Alive, and Papa John's. 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas, just $6 each.
Take a look at the beautiful Houston, Texas, downtown. Texas Southern off to a great start, 10-2 over Jackson State, and what is a pretty big conference game early in the season. Texas Southern 2-2 in conference play. Jackson State 3-2. There's one to get you out in front in the season series.
Yeah, you know, you get into conference play, every game is a big game. But both of these teams coming off a loss, this is a big game.
So far, great response from Texas Southern. Their loss to Grambling was here at home. A buzzer beater, 88-87 heartbreaker to Grambling State.
You see Coach Jones of Texas Southern staying in that zone. Great execution coming out of a timeout by Jackson State. Screening the top guard, penetrating down the middle. Nice little teardrop.
A little trouble here, almost a turnover. They're going to get Jackson State with a foul. So take a look at the SWAC standings. Prairie View has wins over both of these 2 teams. Texas Southern down in the 4 spot. Jackson State a little bit further than that. Battle right in the middle to try and stay in that top half.
Yeah, but like I said a few seconds ago, we're so early in conference play. All of that will shake itself out. I mean, it's almost too early. I mean, you have to look at conference standings because that's what, as fans, we do. But it's too early to start to focus in on what place our team is in. There's only 3-4 games into the season. Whoa,
another turnover.
In a row.
Benji Wallace, he's having fun flying at the rim right now. 4 straight for him.
I mean, Patterson's got to focus a little bit. He's just blindly turning and swinging that ball.
Patterson had an open look, steps into one. Got it, right wing 3.
Yeah, just do that, man. Stop trying to thread the needle with those passes. That's their 4th 3.
Texas Southern getting good looks early on and converting. Trying to go right back at him, no good from Dontelius Ross. Here comes Patterson quickly across midcourt. John Jones from well beyond NBA range. Got it.
They're just having fun out here. Coach Brent is going to have to extend that zone a little bit if he stays in it. You know, he would rather play man-to-man. His thought process is that his zone might slow Texas Southern down a little bit, but he needs to extend a little bit. I mean, they're just getting wide open shots, and those Patterson and Jones are banging them tonight.
Watch Jones on the right wing. Patterson wants it. Not that time. He'll go off of Texas Southern.
There you go. You see 2 steals in a row by Wallace. Just careless passes. Gives Jackson State a little boost, getting back in this game a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Texas Southern answers with some 3s. that's one thing Jackson State's going to have to do, see if they can create a little bit of offense with their defense.
And all Patterson and Jones so far have 14 of the 16 for Texas Southern. Montrell Walker looking for help. Cross-court pass. Wallace. No look. Too much heat on it through the hands of Howell. Another turnover.
No, you were right. That was the right pass by Wallace. Just a little too hot. Howell couldn't control it, but that's what they have to do. Try to penetrate that zone. They're not going to be able to win if they're just going to pass it around the zone and they shoot threes.
Fourth turnover of the game on Jackson State. Underneath, Jeremy Combs is fouled. They'll send him to the line for two. Combs, a 6'7" graduate student from Dallas, Texas. Stops at North Texas, most recently at LSU. Coming up next over on ESPN, Iowa State, number 9 Kansas. You remember what happened back on January 5th. Cyclones took care of the Jayhawks by 17 in Ames. Also catch it on the ESPN app. Combs 1 of 2 at the line. Some great college hoops this past weekend. And we get a really good one tonight at Allen Fieldhouse. We'll see if the Jayhawks get their revenge. That's 2 of the most exciting teams in the country.
2 heavy hitters right there. I tell you what, not that they're ever not fired up at Allen Fieldhouse, but after that shellacking they took a couple of weeks ago, you know the Jayhawks will be ready to play tonight.
9 Eastern on ESPN after this one. John Jones looking to keep his shot shooting going. Dancing a little bit. Oh my goodness, John Jones. Looking a little like Steph Curry right now.
I'm not just a three-point shooter. Jones showing he has a little bit of wiggle to his game also.
9-0 run for Texas Southern. Jones has 11.
And Jackson State has to figure out how they want to attack the zone. Right now, they're just passing around the perimeter, shooting threes. It's going to be a long night if they continue that.
Miscommunication. They get an easy one here. Two-handed dunk from Javius McInnes.
And that'll make everything a little better. You know, but they have to get the ball in the middle of the zone as a passing position, not necessarily a score, and on the baseline short corner to pass out. They can't just keep swinging the ball around the perimeter.
Inside, a lot of contact, going the other direction. Good positioning for Combs.
Good penetration right there. Down the other end. John Jones, I hit a couple of threes. Now let me give you my teardrop.
Sunday, it's AFC versus NFC in the Pro Bowl. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern on ESPN and ABC.
It's a battle of the top offense in the conference, Texas Southern, and the top defense. And right now, the winner of that is the Tigers of Texas Southern. So far, that offense has looked really good.
It has looked really good. And Jackson State, you know, has to find a way to start to show that defense that they're noted for. You know, right now, and the switch coming out this time out looks like they're going. No, they're still in the zone. It's a different look to their zone now all of a sudden.
Texas Southern inside, off the glass, gets the roll. Justin Hopkins' first bucket of the night.
Doesn't matter. Texas Southern's getting easy looks every time down the court. Now, right here is where they have to figure it out. Can we get the ball into the heart of the zone, into the middle, without just penetration?
Into the corner. Skip pass from Lemmy Howard out top, ripped away. Stolen by Tyreek Armstrong. In traffic, tough shot, no good. Armstrong fighting for it. It'll be a jump ball. It'll stay at this end.
Good hustle by both teams. You see down the other end, you got Jackson State six turnover of the game. Loose ball, both teams getting on the floor, hustling, scrapping. That's what both of these teams will do. You know, you look at how difficult possibly this first part of the game has been for Jackson State, but they're not going anywhere. They're a tough, grimy, gritty team. They're not going anywhere. They're going to figure this out.
Pass behind Justin Hopkins that time, and a turnover on Texas Southern. 6 of the 10 for Jackson State have been off turnovers right now. That's really been all they've had offensively, and it's been silly turnovers for Texas Southern as well.
No, it has. Jackson State needs to be careful. These cross-court passes, these slow looping passes will result in another turnover on their end.
Kick ball from Hopkins. You would think right now would be a chance for Jackson State to make a run of their own with Patterson and Jones both on the bench, who did the bulk of the scoring. 16 points combined already for Texas Southern.
Texas Southern's done a very good job of keeping that ball out of the net.
Throws it right away, right to Derek Bruce, but he traveled and it comes right back to Jackson State. Another silly pass. A lot of the turnovers, even both sides, just been silly turnovers.
No, it has. It's still early. Both teams are settling into this game. Neither team, Texas Southern included, have really found their rhythm yet. That's where they have to get it. Get it back in there again. Paint touches, middle touches, foul line touches, and then play.
3-ball falls. There you go. They get it in the middle, then Jontrell Walker knocks down a triple.
Okay. They shouldn't fall in love with that, but we'll take that one.
Tyreek Armstrong dancing a little bit.
And now Jackson State is in a man-to-man.
Holmes, tough shot goes.
Nice change of defenses by coach. You got to try something different. That zone wasn't working. Move it. Now get it into the overload. Get into the middle.
Another three. That one's too short. Walker with a heat check. And here comes Bruce quickly. Spinning and a charge. And Walker misses the three, but makes up for it on the other end.
Now, I like that hustle play by Walker. Took an ill-advised shot, in my opinion, down the other end. Gets back, moves his feet, gets established. A little push off a little bit by Bruce right there, but good hustle play. He didn't pout, Walker, I'm talking about, after missing the shot. Didn't pout, got back on defense.
Benji Wallace back in for Jackson State. He leads them with 4 points.
I tell you, these long skip passes from both teams are scaring me. Uh-oh.
Almost lost it there, just lost the handle. 3 to shoot. Inside, floater. Oh, not a great possession, but they'll take it at the end. Bozeman floats one in.
I thought he was throwing that to you at first. Jackson State stays in the man-to-man. See if they can create some turnovers with this.
Oh, nice move inside. That's too short, though. Armstrong had a look. Offensive rebound. And the third try finally results in a foul. Eden Ewing tried to flush it.
Down the other end. They get to where they need to be, right in the middle. I don't think Coach Brent wanted to be just that discombobulated before Bozeman gets in there, but if they can find a way to get that ball right to where you see the word SWAC, to get the ball right there, that time it was a scoring opportunity, but most of the time get in there, come to a jump stop, and then find the open man.
Foul was on Jontrell Walker. Nice pass across court. Bruce inside and tried to force one. It'll stay at this end. Tyreek Armstrong showing a little something at that point position, though. Able to get some space and create for his fellow teammates.
No, without a doubt. And we're talking about a Texas Southern team that leads the SWAC in assists. And so you see, that's several possessions now where maybe they're being a little too unselfish. Guy had a shot and he's trying to make the extra pass to his teammate. Big picture, that's never a bad thing.
15.5 assists per game. Armstrong fires up a deep three, splashes it home. An 11-point lead for Texas Southern.
Armstrong said, let me join the party.
He's coming off a good game against Grambling. Only played 12 minutes. He fouled out hit 3 of 4 from the field, 9 points for him. Bruce, cross court. Ewing. Wraps it back to Ewing, and look at a foul.
That was a really pretty play by Bruce right there. Smart play. But prior to that, Mr. Armstrong, hey, I can bang this three-pointer also. You got to guard me, coach.
Everything I do, you know I do it for the squad.
Back in Houston, Tyreek Armstrong, the latest of a handful of Texas Southern players knocking down the three ball. But at the other end, Jackson State has really struggled to shoot the basketball and really to find good looks. They're shooting 40%, but it's more of taking care of the basketball. What are your adjustments for them? You've talked a lot about them getting the ball inside. What's the toughest part they're trying to maneuver right now to feed the ball inside?
To tell you the truth, I just don't think they're looking for it enough. I think they just need to look for it a little more. Now Texas Southern goes to a man-to-man, and so we'll see if Jackson State can execute some of their man-to-man offense.
McKinnis inside doubled and still gets a nice little right hand to go in.
And we'll see how long Coach Jones stays with that. I think he just wants to mix things up a little bit. The zone was so effective for them, but sometimes you want to switch it up before the other team finds a rhythm regarding what you're doing.
McKinnis alters the shot right after he got a bucket at the other end. Referees say it's Jackson State basketball, but Tigers going to have to hurry it across midcourt right now. They only have 4 seconds.
And I tell you what, you got to give Bruce credit for sitting down there, harassing Ross, up on him the whole time, not giving him room to breathe.
Floater inside, attacking the basket, Jontrell Walker.
And so now we see TSU with 2 possessions of man-to-man, 2 baskets by Jackson State. Let's see if they stay in it. Let's see if Coach Jones goes back to that zone.
We have almost a platoon swap coming for Texas Southern at the next whistle. Hopkins.
Oh,
wow.
With the nice little Euro. I'm going to go middle, bring it back. Nice move, young man.
10-point spread right now for Texas Southern.
And you see Coach Jones right on cue goes back. They go back to that zone.
Benji Wallace flashing to the middle. They kind of rotate guys through the middle, looking for that opening. Deep three, no. Rebound, Jackson State kept it alive. Wallace attacking. Oh, a little fake. Can't get the roll. Eden Ewing, full court pass, and Ross acting like a safety coming across. Not sure how many turnovers we just watched in a minute or about 15 seconds.
Woo,
Old in the
baby.
second, no.
Holden just said, did he think the shot clock was running down?
They're chucking it up right now.
Or at least they're getting up and down the court right now.
It ends with Justin Hopkins going to the line. Hopkins, a redshirt sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama. One of 3 that fouled out against Grambling State. He had 7 points in just 9 minutes last game.
Tough home loss for the Tigers against Grambling. To come down overtime game, which places that much more emphasis, that much more importance on tonight's game. We got an injury on the court.
And they pulled Javius McKinnis off. Maybe some blood that they're trying to clean up real quick. Well, Super Tuesday on ESPN. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern, Mississippi State and Kentucky. A couple ranked teams going at it. The Wildcats are hot right now. And then it's number 2 Duke taking on Pitt. Both games, of course, live on the ESPN app. Super Tuesday presented by Boost Mobile. Duke to number 2 in the nation, behind the Tennessee Volunteers, who take over the number 1 spot, hanging on against Alabama this past weekend.
You know, and I'll say the same thing as it relates to national rankings as it relates to the SWAC. It's too early. All of this will shake out. I mean, that Tennessee team is tough, though. I had them a couple of weeks ago. They play hard. They play together. They can play at different paces. Coach Jones understands that. We got a little blood on the floor right now, and that's what this delay is about.
A lot of really, really tough teams. Kentucky's been so good lately, number 9 in the nation. They've won 4 straight, 7 of their last 8. Of course, the big matchup in Lawrence, Kansas tonight. Iowa State and Kansas. Coming up on ESPN after this one.
I tell you what, that Mississippi State team, they have shooters. You better get out and protect that 3-point line if you're guarding them. Well, they're in for a long night.
Floor's all cleaned up and the players back on. McInnes will stay off. First free throw from Justin Hopkins is good. First year on the court for Texas Southern.
Now, the bad thing for Jackson State is Texas Southern just came back with their starters. You know, they had a nice little break over there, come back with the starters.
Combs won't be able to come on after the missed free throw. Like you said, Jones, Patterson both back on. Butler and Ewing in there as well. 3, got it. Jontrell Walker again.
Okay, Walker hit it. Looked over at Jones, said something to him.
That's a smart play.
No, nice opportunity trap right there.
We'll be right back. Texas Southern up by 8.
99. Treat yourself to the perfect gift today because the Aussie 4 course won't last long. Outback Steakhouse. Aussie rules.
Johnny Jones has to be happy so far. Of course, he's a proud dad right now. Son John's got 11 tonight. He's off to a good start. Just came back in. Like you said, the starters get back into this game to try and close out the first half with a bang.
No, see, that's where Coach Jones probably wishes he could split and be dual people, because Papa Jones, Daddy Jones is very happy right now. My son is getting off. Coach Jones, never happy. Mad about something, mad at his son about something. But Daddy Jones, he's pretty happy right now.
Nice feed inside. Combs had left his feet and couldn't handle the pass. It was a good look.
It was a good look. Nice execution. Jones gets in there. Nice play. Just didn't finish it.
Keep an eye on Jontrell Walker, bottom of your screen, number 10.
No, he's trying to get it off.
Already 8 in this game. Leaking over top of the key. Here comes Walker. It's a man in the air, fouled, and goes to the line for 2.
Now that was a very good cut by Walker, and also an outstanding pass. That's what they have to move the ball against the zone a little bit. You see the ball goes down. Everyone turns and watches the ball. Nice cut right there by Walker. Almost had an old-fashioned 3-point play.
Foul on Jeremy Combs. Walker hits the first one. I mentioned the old-fashioned 3-point play. I was talking to Johnny Jones about his son John, and he said, I thought I was a pretty good shooter. He's like, they didn't have the 3-point line back in my day, but I thought I was a pretty good shooter. He said, but I got to tell you, my son's better.
And let me just say this. His son's much better.
Jontrell Walker, the last 7 for Jackson State. That lead down to 6.
I told you, they're a gritty, grimy team. They're not going anywhere.
Battered away. Nice play by Walker to keep that rebound alive for Jackson State. A foul across midcourt. Wallace was pushing it.
I think Wallace got a little lucky right there. He's pushing it, and he kind of gives that little head, you know, like he got shot in the back or something.
Ewing charged with a foul. It's funny, we always talk about how the game changes throughout the years. That's one thing that's come on in the last few years is that head popping up, trying to draw fouls. Nice mid-range jump shot. That's Lemmy Howard knocking it down.
And they got the ball to Howard right in that little short corner again. First time he got it down there, he hit Walker cutting. That time they don't guard him, he makes a shot.
Mismatch inside, contact, and to the line goes Combs. He was working down low, though. Had the size advantage. I think it was Wallace trying to front him. We'll take a break. 3:38 to play, first half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Walt Disney World Resort.
I guess I am pretty smart.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. What's in your wallet?
Texas Southern up 4 on Jackson State. Benji Wallace and company on the comeback trail. Let's take a look at this play.
You see right here, Wallace steals, he's pushing, and defender reaches in, and he just throws that head back. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know who exactly started doing that, but the person I remember is Kemba Walker at UConn. I mean, Kemba would draw 4 fouls a game at least. Just when every time anyone got near him, he'd flail that head back, and he had a knack, unlike Wallace right there. Kemba has a knack for throwing it back, but still going 100 miles an hour, not losing pace, and still, in case the ref doesn't call it, he's still coming downhill on you. But, I mean, it was like Kemba got shot 3 or 4 times a game.
It's an art.
You know, Jackson State, in their initial early offense, the 2 bigs are trying to screen the guard, but they're not screening. They're just standing in an area. There's that cut again by Walker. Nice inside-outside. That's good offense. Ball goes to the short corner. You hit Walker cutting. He knocks it back out to Ross, who makes the basket. We got a 3-point game. You know, you have a game where it feels like Texas Southern is dominated, but all of a sudden lately, Jackson State's getting a better feel. Nice movement, hit the cutter, throw it back out to the shooter. In and out, movement, steps into the shot. Those shots go in a lot more for some reason than just when you swing it around the perimeter. Then down the other end, you make a big play. Got a chance to tie it up here. Jackson State goes back to the man-to-man.
10-2 run for Jackson State. Here's Walker. Top of the key, Hunter Shelton. Howard. Ooh, nice shot from Howard. It's a 1-point game.
Okay. They're not going, they're tough. They're going to grind it out. Get a little confidence, which they have now.
Eden Ewing answers with a 2 of his own, a long 2.
No, and that's what I call a scouting report basket. They didn't play him, so clearly the scouting report was give Ewing that 15 to 17-foot shot. Sometimes as a coach, you're happy if he makes that first one because he may take a few more and can't make it. We're going to see what Ewing does and how they keep playing.
Another 3, Dontelius Ross. We're tied at 34.
They're not going anywhere. Now let's see how Jackson State responds.
Jones, another long one. Hit one from that range earlier.
Yeah, but it was different. That time he was backpedaling on the shot. The first one he was stepping into the shot. Jackson State's got their rhythm now.
Inside, Wallace. Travel.
Ball movement. Nice screen right there. Ross bangs another one. You know, one thing that got Ross that shot right there is he received a good screen. Jackson State needs to set better screens. They're just running to areas as opposed to headhunting and going for a man. That time he got a good screen. Shooter made a shot.
Texas Southern looking for a positive here to go to the half. Patterson left wing. Here comes Ewing across the lane. Butler floats it up. Wow, can't get the roll. inside, a foul called. Justin Hopkins back to the line.
And, you know, sometimes when things aren't going well offensively and Texas Southern has the personnel to do this, just throw it up and go get it. And that time right there, you see Hopkins, his aggression is put him at the line right now.
First foul on McInnes. Our Wednesday NBA doubleheader this week. Spurs 76ers and Nuggets and Jazz. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown Wednesday at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app. 76ers and Ben Simmons. A little connection there. Jalen Patterson at LSU with Ben Simmons.
And not just at LSU. He was at Mount Verde High School with him also.
Patterson, the leading scorer for Texas Southern. Step back three, got it. Jontrell Walker.
Maybe he was right to talk a little mess after he hit that first one.
Patterson trying to answer, fouled on the three-point shot. It'll be a three at the line.
You see Walker right there. He hit a couple on the other side of the court. I'm going to spread the love and go over to the right side of the court. Coming down the other end. TSU got lucky. Because they're going for a 2-for-1 in terms of possession, I think, which is why he shot so fast. But you could have gotten a little different shot now. He gets fouled. He's shooting 3 foul shots. Coach Jones, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Coach Jones got what he wants. But it wasn't a good shot. It was just a bad foul.
13 for Jontrell Walker so far. Wayne Brent told me earlier today, I was asking him, who do you need to step up? And he mentioned a few names, but he said, look, when Jontrell Walker knocks down shots, our offense is so much better on those nights. They've made their last 6 field goal attempts.
And I'll co-sign that. Since he started banging shots, offense looked a little less stagnant, a little more movement.
Another three. Got it. Dontelius Ross. I'll have some of that.
It's a roller coaster. You make your threes. Give me a break. I'm going to make my threes. Jackson State by 2.
Coach Brent said we won't beat them to 80. I'll tell you what. They're on their way. Patterson looking for an opening. Tough three off the mark. Walker has it. 3/4 court. Off the backboard, no good. Jackson State really puts the pedal to the metal. 40-38. 7 of their last 8 to finish the half. Wayne Brent's going to be a happy camper at halftime. We'll be back. 23 that night. Jeff Green, though, he had a great game as well. But head to the win over a #1 Duke team. We'll talk more about Duke coming up in just a bit. We got a good one ourselves here in Houston. Texas Southern trails Jackson State by 2. Don't go anywhere. Big Monday continues in just a moment.
today.
A big Monday from Houston, Texas. Texas Southern trails Jackson State 40-38. Jackson State ended the first half on a 21-10 run. They got to be feeling good coming into this half. Do you change anything from what they did the last 8 to 10 minutes of that first half offensively?
Lord, no. The way they play, they didn't do that the last 8 to 10 minutes. You know, that was a very half in which Texas Southern, I thought, dominated. But you go into halftime, and not dominated, but I think they outplayed Jackson State. And they go in down 2. And so, you know, that shows the power of the three-point shot. You're talking about a Jackson State team that's shooting 25% from 3 for the year, you know, that makes 6 of 11, you know, for 54, almost 55%. And so they don't play well, but then they bang some threes led by Rose and Walker at the end, and all of a sudden they're up.
Bench points were big for Jackson State, 19 of them. Jontrell Walker had 13 for himself. Fired it up at a high percentage.
They did, and I did a lot of talk about what they should do on offense and get it into the middle and get it down to the short corner. But heck, if you throw it up and it goes in, that makes that offense look a whole lot better, baby. In the last couple of minutes of that half, as I said, led by Dontellis Ross and John Shaw Walker, they were throwing it up and it was going in.
Jeremy Combs picked up his third, so he has to go off quickly.
And those threes are unexpected, as Coach said to you and me, Coach Brent. You know, we can't win in the 80s. Well, they're on pace to possibly do that, but that's unexpected.
John Jones doing what they expect out of him, especially as of late. He has been really good tonight. He had 11 points in the first half. The only issue was they were all kind of in the first 8 minutes. The starters went off for a while, and he didn't score when he came back in, but quickly has 13 for Texas Southern. Open mid-range jump shot, and that's an away bounce, but a nice putback for Chris Howell.
That's what they need. Howell can get those, and others can get those kind of baskets. Then you don't have the pressure of having to make those long threes all the time.
Jones falls down, regathers. Inside out, Patterson short. Ewing keeps it alive, but finally Jackson State has it.
That scrappy Jackson State team. They got to be careful with these long cross-court passes.
And as you mentioned, at 25% from three coming into this game, but 55% so far. The other numbers I was curious to see how it would play out was the rebounding category. These are two of the top 3 teams in the conference in rebounding. And it was Jackson State +1 at the half, so that really hasn't been a factor either way. Both teams taking care of business on the glass. Patterson, that's just too easy for him.
That is too easy. It looked like a mix-up right there where Jackson State wasn't sure whether they were in man or zone. Some guys were playing one thing, other guys were playing another. You see, this is the pace right here that Jackson State wants. Now the question is, after you burn all this early offense, can you get a quality shot?
They get a late kick there on Jones.
You see right here, Patterson, no one squares him up. That's just too easy. He's too good of a player for that.
5th in the conference in points per game, just under 14 a game. Last few games, though, just 10 points per game. He struggled a little bit. Good rebound there from Devakio Butler. Here comes Patterson.
Patterson, as we said earlier, he's been in a little bit of a funk. Possibly, I might say, the whole conference season so far. But he's a good player. I mean, it's something he's going to snap out of it.
Tonight has been better. 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep. He has 10 points. Foul on Venji Wallace.
You see, you talk about second half adjustments. Coach Jones took that jacket off, took that sport coat off. He's like, I got to get this thing off. I'm working hard over here. They're making me sweat.
Block shot looks like a pretty good pass in the end. Still altered at the rim. McInnes has been good inside defensively for Jackson State. Wallace into the lane.
They're not going to rush anything. They'll take an early shot, good shot early.
Howell squares up. No good. Jones pulls it down.
Man, he's got 2 of those shots. Those are good shots. They just haven't gone in.
Jones, long range. Unlimited range for John Jones.
I told you, Coach's sons can shoot, man. Find that guy.
Tell you what, he gets across the timeline. He's got the green light. Nice handoff, pump fake, and Howard lays it in.
They're getting good shots now. They're getting the ball into the middle. Like I said, a couple of them haven't gone in, but Jackson State's getting good shots.
Another offensive rebound for Texas Southern. Jones again. Jones back to back. Give it to him.
Now this is how the first half started off, with Texas Southern and Jones in particular banging some long shots. Let's see if they can maintain it throughout the half.
Trying to answer. Yes, sir. Ross.
Who cares what that 25% three-point shooting percentage on the paper says?
I'll take you one further. Ross was at 17% coming into this game.
And we see, just like he started off the first half, Mr. Jones, John Jones, deep range. Gets it off fast. They got to find that young man.
Infinity. Empower the drive.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
Texas Southern back in front, up to 5 minutes into the second half. John Jones putting on a show right now. He has 8 of the 12 for the Tigers here in the second half. Patterson has it taken away, and they should get an easy one. Wallace, 2 hands.
Texas Southern has to be better in transition defense right there. I mean, that wasn't like he picked him at half court or something. Someone's got to rotate back a little faster. Right now, we see Ross just face guarding Jones. Just trying to deny him, not let him get the ball.
Butler has it poked away. Another turnover. Into the corner, Wallace. I'm surprised Walker didn't pull that, but like you said, they're disciplined right now. They're going to do what they want to do.
No, well-coached team. They're not going to deviate from what they want. Coach Wayne Brent has it. They know what they want. If they don't have an easy opportunity transition basket, they're going to make you work. And they're making shots now. Ooh, see those passes right there scare me. Get it into that middle. They've been effective.
Wallace, well too strong.
Yeah, and that's what they don't want. They don't want to work the clock and end up with a bad shot with 1 second on the shot clock. They want to get something a little better. But if they keep creating offense with their defense, all right, steal, no one gets back for Texas Southern, easy dunk.
Texas Southern has cooperated. 3 straight turnovers for them. Seems like when Jackson State, if they do have a bad offensive possession, which hasn't been often lately, Texas Southern gives it back. Ewing couldn't pull it down, but Justin Hopkins has it. Here comes Southern quickly. Patterson, hesitation, floats it up. No. Jackson State rebound.
It's tough on the boards. TSU's just getting 1 shot.
Poked away. Jones with the man trailing, and they will get Wallace with a foul. Had that right hand on Jones's hip.
Yeah, Wallace just got a little excited right there. He lost the ball down one end and wanted to get it back right away.
If you're John Jones, how aggressive are you in transition? Obviously, they're trying to keep the ball away from him. In a situation like that, if you can get one quick in transition, are you firing it up?
No, I think he made the right decision right there. I mean, he didn't have anything. You don't want to start forcing stuff just because you're being face guarded. Just run your normal offense, see what comes.
Jones comes and gets it near midcourt. He's having to work right now. Jones doubled out front. There's an off-the-foot Patterson. What a hustle. It still ends with Jackson State. Transition 3, Walker off the mark. Rebound, and they'll pull things out.
Great hustle and smart play by Jackson State. When Jones finally did get it, they just gave him a hard trap. Jones tried to throw it off someone's leg. Didn't force anything down the other end. Smart, well-coached team. Jones finally gets it. Boom, doesn't have anything. Then just a hustle. Multiple guys just putting forth effort right there. Coach gave a little body English trying to help the ball go in over there.
Referee's taking a look at something, and
Clock stopped. Okay.
Clock stopped. So that's what they're going to go check on. Take a look at the monitor right now. For 50-50, this isn't quite the game we completely expected. We take a look at this last play.
Great hustle all around.
It's still. Let's see if it stops 12:21. Yeah, it does. So really no reason either. That's what they're looking to fix right now.
Yeah, it looks like
noticed it quickly too.
About 4 seconds. Good job by the refs noticing that.
Byron Jarrett, Marquise Pettigrew, Chuck Jones, our officiating crew tonight in Houston. Done a fine job so far, and really a couple teams that, especially Jackson State, a team that fouls a lot. It's been a pretty clean game so far, and I was about to say a moment ago, this isn't really the score we thought we'd see, especially if Jackson State was in it. You know, we thought a little bit uglier than this, but both teams have shot it well. Jackson State has to feel good for them on the road to shoot the ball this well. Obviously, they want to come out with a win, but regardless, you're going to look back at this and say, hey, we can shoot it a little bit.
Maybe. Like you said, it's still 12 minutes left, and depending on what happens in this last 12-21 will determine how you feel about this game. Good hustle by two teams right there. Jackson State backs it out. Now, see, shot clock never reset. That's one thing the officials are probably looking at. And then they're timing this portion right here to see how many seconds went off the clock. Looks like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Maybe as many as 7. But the refs are going to get it right to see what they go with.
As it stands, 12:21 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. We'll see what they go to. 13 on the shot clock is what it'll be. 12:16 on the game clock. So a 5-second difference. Jackson State an inbound here on this near wing. Walker into the middle. Tough shot from the mid-range off the mark.
Now, if Jackson State can get someone that can make that shot, it's open every time. I mean, so they're getting that shot that's just not going in. And also that's a good passing position if you don't want to shoot.
They missed their last 4 field goal attempts. Tyreek Armstrong back in. Got to see him a little bit. A creative little point guard. See the no-look pass in the finish inside from Hopkins.
He gave him a spark in the first half. Let's see if he can do it again.
8 lead changes in the game so far. Almost taken away. Ran down by Walker, and they'll reset 15 to shoot.
No rush.
Howell into the middle. A little fake and a foul down low. Hopkins fouling Javius McInnes.
And I really like the adjustment that Jackson State has made. They're going into the middle. They're getting shots. That time they go into the middle. It's a passing position also. And the great adjustment at halftime by Coach Brent.
Simple, easy, awesome.
2-point game in the favor of Texas Southern over Jackson State. Tell you what, you don't want to miss the rest of this one. You do not want to miss what's coming up on ESPN. Iowa State at number 9. Kansas 9 Eastern right after this one. Jayhawks lost by 17 in Ames back on January 5th. Catch it on the app if you are on the go. But, man, you don't want to miss that game. Big matchup in the Big 12.
I know I don't want to miss it. That Iowa State squad can go. You know, and obviously Kansas, what Coach Self has done there over the last 15, 16 years, however long it's been unbelievable.
2 exciting teams to watch for sure. Iowa State, a lot of talent, a lot of young talent coming on strong this year. We're tied at 52 here in Houston. Armstrong lost it. Here comes Ross. Armstrong takes it right back. Numbers the other way. Jones in transition off the glass. Too strong for Ewing. Looking for the highlight reel. In transition the other way and a little sloppy. Both coaches shaking their heads right now.
Yeah, shaking their heads right now. Wait till tomorrow to film both of these coaches. Armstrong takes it away. Jones trying to be Dwayne Wade to LeBron James right there. Except he's not Dwayne Wade, and that wasn't LeBron James that he was throwing it to.
A little more room for error when you're throwing it up to the king.
A lot more room when you're throwing it to the king.
Patterson to Ewing inside. Ewing bounce pass underneath, couldn't handle it. Looking for Hopkins down there.
They're just dropping the ball.
Yep.
They're like careless turnovers. They're just not focusing on the catch.
We've seen that both sides pretty much all night.
Very true, very true. And we got us a game, ladies and gentlemen.
In the middle, Howell working. No good. Ewing picks up the foul. Howell will go to the rebound.
And you see Jackson State's making a concerted effort to get it to Howell in there or to get it to Howard in there. And both of them have had different degrees of success, but they're getting it in the middle. They're attacking. They're being aggressive from the inside out, whereas the first half, a lot of times, particularly early in the first half, it was just perimeter pass, chuck up a long shot.
Second foul on Ewing. He'll come off. Combs back in. Ewing tonight, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Howell gets the second one, and they're back in front. Sean Olden the second, the TCU transfer. Armstrong. Patterson. No good, and loose ball rebound for Howell.
They ran a man-to-man set. They just was roaming doubles. Nothing was really there. Armstrong has been effective both halves, first half and this half. He needs to be a little more aggressive in trying to create for others.
Howell into the lane. Good defense from Patterson. Tough three. Rims out. And here comes Texas Southern quickly. Oh, Combs gets grabbed. Going down the lane. Easy call there for the referees.
Combs is trying to say he was shooting. Come on, man. Be happy you got the foul. And so, he gets fouled. Clearly it's a foul. No one argues that. Why get up and argue with the ref saying I was shooting? He clearly was not. Why do that? I mean, why upset? The refs are human too. They're going to get mad if you keep doing stuff like that.
I can't believe my ears. I'm hearing this from a coach. The refs are human.
The refs are human.
Okay.
When you start flopping and faking, all of a sudden you might not get those 50-50 calls as much as you'd like.
Patterson, again, he's had a couple of those. Great follow from Combs.
There you go, Combs. Don't complain to the refs. Just do that. Just do that. Now, is Texas Southern, can they defend for 30 seconds? And then on the flip side, can Jackson State get a good shot after 27 seconds?
Another contested look there for three. Walker trying to get back to what he did in the first half. He has 13 for them. Patterson dancing again. Olden. Ooh. Tough shot. Hopkins, the redshirt sophomore inside.
Was a tough shot, and in fairness to Hopkins, he may have been bumped a little bit right there. But good ball movement, nice sharing of the game. They changed from side to side to get a layup. Contested, but a layup nonetheless. That's his spot.
Howard off the back iron. Armstrong really pushing it. Combs strong move. An and one chance for Jeremy Combs.
You got to give Armstrong credit on the pass. He created all that. Threaded the needle. Mr. Combs has awakened a little bit. Nice follow-up right here. Do that, young man. And then the next time, let me just beat everyone down the court. Hustle, Mr. Combs, hustle.
Include Xfinity Mobile. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Click, call, or visit the store today.
Texas Southern stretches that lead to 5 with just under 8 minutes to play. Jeremy Combs, a couple big plays. The graduate student from Dallas, Texas. Mentioned earlier, stops at North Texas for 3 years, then at LSU as a grad transfer. Only played 6 games last year at LSU, had some ankle issues. Now at Texas Southern, finishing up his career.
You know, Mr. Combs, Texas Southern has a long-time radio announcer, Mr. Larry Chatterbox Hale. And Chatterbox said to me earlier today, he was talking about Combs, and he said, Coach, that young man is a monster. Just doesn't have a mask. You know, when Combs is playing hard and making the hustle plays and filling the lane and crashing the boards, he's really effective. That monster Chatterbox is talking about, I can see it.
Combs is just 2 rebounds shy of a double-double guy. 13 points, 8.2 rebounds per game. Patterson goes inside to Hopkins. Hopkins runner taken away. Great defense there from Jontrell Walker. He's going to push it in transition. Walker lost it. Stays with Jackson State. Down to Dontelius Ross.
Now we're coming to the end, and just which team is going to execute the most? Both teams are doing what they do. You know, meaning Texas Southern is trying to push it and get out. Jackson State's working the clock and crashing the boards. Who will crack first? Nice play. Nice play. Ball didn't go in, but very good play right there by Ross. Penetrating, kicking it out to the shooter.
Walker has not been able to find it here in the second half.
Well, he's settled back to being himself.
Patterson lowers the shoulder, and he's called for an offensive foul.
Another nice play by Ross. Moved his feet, got in front, took the charge. This is nice right here. I mean, they don't score, but great penetration by Ross. Draws 2 defenders, kicks it out to the man that had the hot hand in the first half. Smart play. Well-coached team, smart player, nice execution. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in.
Ross with 8 to shoot. Benji Wallace for 3. Too strong. Great rebound by Combs. Armstrong. A spin move, getting some space. Armstrong dancing for 3. Yes, sir!
I got some wiggle to my game too now. Mr. Armstrong breaking ankles, getting the crowd into it. All of a sudden the crowd's, some portion of the crowd other than the band is waking up a little bit now.
Wallace pops it up. Finish for McInnes.
Good things happen when they get that ball in the middle of the zone.
Armstrong in the corner. Again, going to work. Oh, and he lost it out of bounds.
Armstrong has been a nice spark plug the whole game. Whoop, got you once. Let me get you again. You better close out a little stronger than that. That's nice. That's nice. That's going to work against anybody. Look at this boys. They're going to talk about that later on tonight.
About the lefties and the step back here in Houston that just works pretty well.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Funny how that works.
Got to get Armstrong to take a couple more skips back next time.
Almost taken away by Olden. 5 to shoot. They got to be quick. Ross pulls up. No good, and Armstrong rebounds.
Armstrong, nice pass.
Ewing, oh, it's blocked. McKinnis says no. Walker guarded by Combs. And Combs
Walker's
is trying
thinking
to tell
about
him.
it.
Yeah.
Walker's thinking about it.
Mismatch size-wise.
He's thinking about it.
Wallace going to work. Left hand. Tough finish in the lane.
Nice play by Wallace. Walker wanted to get that one off so bad. The smart play, not chucking up a bad shot there.
Offense is waking back up here late in the second half. Armstrong, floater. They're going to get a foul late, and Armstrong will go to the line when we come back. We got a good one in Houston. Texas Southern up by 2. This thing might come down to the wire. Don't go anywhere.
That's right.
Get started for 60% less at SmileDirectClub.com.
Texas Southern up 2 on Jackson State. 3:36 to play in this one. Sports Center tonight after Iowa State, Kansas. John Anderson and Steve Levy break it down for us. Tim Legler, he joins the show to tell us why it's so hard to guard James Harden. Plus the Rams talking about their matchup with the Patriots and a conversation with Coach K about those fabulous freshmen he's got at Duke. Sports Center, 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
So Leg's going to talk about why is it so hard to guard Harden? Is he going to give us some answers?
I don't know.
The man makes every shot he takes. He creates space.
If he has the answer, he's going to be getting some calls from some NBA teams.
That's right.
I'll tell you that.
Oh, Leg's probably already been getting those calls. He does a great job.
Armstrong has the last 5 for Texas Southern. They're up 4.
He has the last 5 points, but his energy, his assists, he's created a lot more than the last 5. He's been outstanding this half, Armstrong has.
Walker into the lane. Combs contests, and that's enough. Patterson with the rebound.
Pick it out. Nice play.
Armstrong thought about it. Patterson the same into Ewing. Wraps to Combs. The big men working together. Combs got it to go, and they'll count it.
Nice, extremely unselfish play right there by Ewing. Ball went into him. He kicked it out. They rotated back around. Goes into him. Nice and patient. This is the second time it went into him. Most bigs, you get the ball that deep. If you're Ewing, they're shooting that ball. But no, I'm going to draw someone close to me. I'm going to dip it to my man. 3-point play.
Foul on McKinnis.
Now, right down the other end, Jackson State, they're getting good looks. The ball's not going in. They have to see if they can start crashing the offensive boards and see if they can get other shot opportunities. McKinnis has been going every time, but they might want to send, one other guy just to see if maybe we can get a second shot. And Howell's back in the game. He may be able to do it also.
Combs just 47.5% at the stripe this season. It completes the 3-point play. That lead up to 7. Somebody has to hit a shot for the Tigers on this end. Backdoor cut. Howell dropped it. And now falls down. Almost a turnover. Still not out of trouble. They'll get a foul. Kind of bailed out there in the corner.
You know what? That's good communication with teammates. That backdoor cut has been open several times. This time, they throw it to Howell. He doesn't catch it, can't execute, but it's been open. when they're going from one side of the court to the other. The first guy opposite cut, and it's been wide open.
That's the third on Ewing. And the Howell going to work on Ewing. Good move. Ewing got a piece of that, and Combs rips it down.
Texas Southern's going to work a little clock right here.
That's exactly what I was going to ask Jackson State. They got to push it now.
Yeah, they have to push it now. See, Texas Southern hasn't really looked to score yet. Now they're trying to score.
Armstrong trying to rip a pass down the baseline, and it poked away.
The first 10 or 15 seconds, they were just running through the motions, meaning they were just trying to burn clock. Then they're going to look to score. Up 7, 2-13. Coach Jones wants to take a little bit of time off the clock, then be aggressive.
Trying to get into the big man, Ewing. Out to Patterson, right back to Ewing. 3 men down there to guard him. It's blocked from behind. I think it was Walker that got a piece of it.
Got 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Got two.
He used to throw it up to the rim.
Combs fade away. Got it! And I think the clock didn't initially start.
Is it the clock? You're right.
1 second ended up coming off, but it didn't look like it started right away. Maybe it did.
It's definitely not a 3.
So it did start right away. And that was a quick look, so it must have just making sure he got that off in time, but definitely did.
Yeah, I think they were looking at whether he got it off in time, and also if his foot was on the line or not.
Tell you what I like. They looked at it, but they did it quick, and they got it moving. Great job by the officiating crew.
You don't like it when they stay over there for 2 or 3 minutes and then have a meeting and then go back and look again?
See that a lot, though, don't we?
As long as they get it right.
That's true.
As long as they get it right.
Jackson State, they got to knock down some shots.
And they can't be as patient as they're used to being. Ooh, that cuts open again.
Ross going to work. Good defense by Armstrong. Walker now. Armstrong is glued to him. You got to get a shot off. 2 to shoot. Howell fouled on the shot. Great defense for about 28 and a half seconds.
Bailed him out right at the end. Outstanding defense for that 28 and a half seconds. Led by Armstrong. Aggressive, attacking. Ooh, let me give you a little show shot. He didn't get too much. He didn't get too much of the shooter.
Definitely got the ball first, maybe a little wrist after that, but Jackson State will take it. Some points with the shot clock, or excuse me, the game clock stopped.
They're going to have to extend their defense a little bit right now. They're not going to be able to go back and just sit in their half-court defense and without being aggressive in the half-court. You can sit in the half-court, you got to be aggressive. See, now they extend it. Make him make a play, don't.
Trying to trap Armstrong. Ewing out to Patterson. A little bit of a quick 3, but it'll work.
I agree with all parts of what you just said. A little bit of a quick 3. That's one of those as a coach. No. Good shot.
Walker trying to draw a foul. He was fortunate he could pass out of it. The whistle didn't come. Let this clock work a little bit. 3. No good. Ewing pulls it down. Off to Patterson. Now foul Armstrong. Jalen Patterson with that big-time shot.
Come down, get out of the trap. No. Good shot.
Is that one as a coach that if he misses that, you say something after the game, but since he made it, you're good, you don't say anything?
No, you might say something even though he made it.
Okay.
Just as a teaching opportunity. The ball went in right there, but I'm not sure that was the best shot in the world.
Walker pull up 3. Fouled, and he got the 3. Couldn't ask for much more of that possession.
I mean, you got a potential 4-point play right here. Walker with his 4th 3 of the game.
4th 3 of the game. That's his first points of the second half.
It's the right call. You got to contest that, but don't go into him. Just go straight up.
That's number 5 on Ewing, too, so he's out. Armstrong will come off, and they'll put on Devakio Butler, a bigger, kind of a 3-4 for this team.
And they brought in Jones. John Jones came back and is a good foul shooter. Putting the guys in there can make foul shots.
Over to Patterson, and they get it across Olden. And here is John Jones, and he'll be fouled.
And that's who Texas Southern wants to send to the line.
89.5% from the line on the season.
89.5. Now, come on, man. In 4th grade math, didn't you just round that up to 90? Just give him 90. 90% from the line. Forget that 89.5.
Tell you what, he's earned it all tonight. That's 20 for John Jones. He has been spectacular. Just one miss from long range.
And I thought I jinxed him. I thought he was going to miss. After that build-up, I thought he was going to miss that. Both teams are in the 1-1, so Jackson State, has to push it, see if they can get some quick early offense. They have timeouts, plenty of timeouts left. Both teams have 3 timeouts left.
Armstrong this season, about 9 minutes per game, but he's going to start earning his way into a bigger role. 3 from the corner, no good. Combs rebounds, he'll be fouled.
It's a nice man's rebound by Combs right there. Went up 2 hands over the rim, snatched it, didn't let the ball fall to him. Sprint down, look at him. He's at the foul line before anybody else.
Combs has 15 points, 6 rebounds. Texas Southern, 4 guys in double figures tonight, led by Jones with 21.
This Jackson State team is a good team. I've said it several times, a well-coached team in the midst of a 3-game road trip that they got to find a way to fight through it, and Coach Brent will make sure that they do. Fight through this last road game, and then they get to go home a little bit.
Step back 3 from the wing. Not going to happen. Combs will pad the stats with a rebound, and he's going to pull it up just beyond half court. Coach Jones stops him, but that's a great win for Texas Southern. They had to battle, but ends up with a 10-point win. Definitely closer down to that last couple minutes. Your thoughts on Texas Southern? They needed this one.
They needed it, and we all know, once Trevon Reed comes back, the big 7'2" man in the middle that they have, they're going to be much better. But when you look at their front line, what they have, what they can do with Combs, what they can do with Ewing, when Reed comes back, that front line is stellar. And then as we saw today, they have some guys that can make shots. Jones, the coach's son, has been playing extremely well the last couple of games. So hopefully they can keep that going.
We're not done yet. From Houston, 75-65, Texas Southern wins it. We'll be back with more. We'll talk to Coach Jones when we return.
Start a plan that flexes with yours. New York Life.
Texas Southern, a big win over Jackson State, 75-65. The Tigers improved to 8-10 on the season, 3-2 in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We're now joined courtside by the head man himself, Johnny Jones. And Coach, you lost 2 straight, a little bit of a tough slide. You get a big win tonight, though. What was that like?
I was excited. Great bounce-back game for us, and it had a tough one on Saturday, but to be able to bounce back against a really good basketball team tonight in the fashion that we did, got a lead, they fought back, and we were able to finish the game the right way. So great positive step for us today.
Coach, what was it like at halftime? You played the first half. Well, I thought you were the dominant team. I don't want to say you dominated, but you were the dominant team and you look up, they make some threes at the end, you go in down 2. What was your message to your guys at halftime?
Well, I thought we got out of character a little bit. They wind up scoring 7 straight times, last 7 straight possessions there, and against our zone and our man. And the problem is you got to be a grind team. We're doing some excellent things on the offensive end of the floor. We got away from that, not making baskets, and on the defensive end, we allowed them to get into a rhythm. Told them we've just got to do a much better job of turning up the heat. We got to play better on the defensive end of the floor, and on the don't get bored with what's working on the offensive end of the floor. We don't have to take chances, and I thought we did, and then we didn't finish the half like we needed to.
Special night for you guys, obviously a big win, but you get to coach your son, and for him to go off on a night like this on national TV, that's to be special for you.
Well, it's exciting having an opportunity to coach him, and regardless of the minutes or the points he play, the points he make, it's just a joy to just have him there. I know what it means to him. I know winning is extremely important to him, and he plays extremely hard. And when he knocked down some shots and hit things like that, I'm sure it's exciting time for him, and his teammates rallied around and got the ball to him. So great evening for him, but it's a quick turnaround. He's going to have to bounce back and hopefully get some good looks next weekend.
Now, speaking of next weekend, for those that just saw you for the first time, possibly your best player, Javon Reed, big fella, 7-footer, 7'2", is out. And that's a big loss for you guys. I mean, you're fortunate you got some guys that can step in, but that's a huge loss. When he comes back, or when do you expect him back, and how much of a difference do you think it makes when he's back in the game?
Oh, he's actually day-to-day. We had a tremendous preseason. We played some tough teams on our preseason schedule in non-conference and had some big wins. He was a part of that. He only played 2 conference games this year, and we were successful in him. Then we had to shut him down. So he's really day-to-day right now, and we're hopeful that we can get him back soon because he's a huge part of what we do. A lot of things that we do on both ends of the floor, and he can impact the game on both ends. Offensively, we can go into him. He's a really good passer out of there, can finish at the rim, and support for people to help. On the defensive end, shots when he's not blocking them, he's altering them. And then he's a big rebound guy, and he's close to double-double guy for us. So huge miss with him out, but it's great that our guys are having an opportunity to compete and play without him. So when those guys come back, we know that we have some depth at that position because of the minutes that guys are getting right now.
Coach, you have some big wins this year, those Power 5 wins, Oregon, Baylor, Texas A&M. This team, is this a team that can get back to the NCAA tournament and keep that run you guys have going?
We certainly have to take it one game at a time. That's the most important thing for them. Certainly our goal is hopefully to be dancing in March, and we've got to take it one game at a time. We know we've got to get to the conference tournament. I'm not sure if those non-conference wins are going to help us if we don't win the conference tournament at the end of the day. So we've got to take one game and hope we're playing the right way at the right time of year, and I think we can build toward that as long as these guys can stay together and we get to stay healthy.
Johnny Jones, we appreciate it. Good win tonight.
Thank you so much, guys.
Johnny Jones, the head man of Texas Southern. Big win for them over Jackson State. 10-point win. It was a grinder. They found a way in the end. His son leads the way with 21. For Mike Dressman, our producer, Sean McCluskey, our director, my partner, John Thompson III, I'm Chucky Kemp. So long, everyone, from Houston, Texas. Texas Southern, the winners of this SWAC matchup.